Hello and welcome back to the Sub Club here on the Sports Money Network. Coming at you on a Wednesday afternoon, sweating out the North London Derby here, or the London Derby, I should say, between Chelsea and Tottenham. But I want to talk to you about a game coming up on Saturday morning, or I say Saturday morning, it'll be lunchtime, local time here. Got Everton traveling to Arsenal to take on the Gunners. And this should be an early sleepy game. You know, they oftentimes are. Can be a little bit weird getting involved in these ones, but I like some plays in this one here. Reverse fixture in this game back at Everton ended in a 0-0. That one was a little bit hard to read too much into that one. Back then, Everton was led by Sean Dyche. He played to quite a lot of 0-0s. They were very defensive at the time. Everton looks a lot better under Moyes, certainly more offensive, still a very good defense. And, this features two very good defenses. We just went over Arsenal's defense earlier in the week, got involved in their game against Fulham. We had an under in that game and feel like it was the right play. Arsenal ended up leading 2-0 going into added time. And during that injury time, I don't know, a handful of minutes in, Fulham got a meaningless goal. Ruined our day. But moving on to this one. Arsenal still, lowest goals conceded in the league, lowest expected goals conceded. They actually got surpassed by Nottingham Forest for most clean sheets after they gave up that useless goal at the end. And Forest ended up blanking Man U, but, Forest was very lucky to do so. Arsenal a little bit unlucky against Fulham. So you get the idea. Everton also very good defensively, fifth in fewest goals conceded, sixth in fewest expected goals conceded. Both teams very good at scoring on set pieces, but both teams also very good at defending set pieces. So it all kind of washes out in that regard. The big narrative here, we've been talking about the table a lot lately and how things are kind of heating up. After Liverpool defeated Everton 1-0, that opened the gap up to 12 once more. So Arsenal's hopes at that title again just seem dashed. Their attack getting healthy now. We've been talking about Odegaard back in the lineup looking like himself. Saka returned during that Fulham game, got some time at the end, and he did have the second goal. Looked all right. I don't expect him to get many minutes in this one because the big look ahead here is they have Real Madrid on deck. That's going to be a quick turnaround. They play on Tuesday. So big attack, of course, that they're coming up against. Last thing that they want to do here is get into a track meet with Everton. So I do expect this one to be a slow-paced game if Arsenal has anything to say about it. The other narrative with Arsenal, of course, is as their attack has gotten healthier now, suffering a little bit on defense. Gabriel Magalhaes went down with a hammy against Fulham. And Timber, their starting right back, is also out of the lineup. So they've got a little bit of a crisis at the back as they host Real Madrid on Tuesday. Then on the other hand, does that open this up and make it a high-scoring game? I very much doubt it. Everton is kind of suffering in their attack a little bit. Calvert-Lewin is out, by far their best scorer. Beto has done pretty well in his place, but not the same caliber of player. Dwight McNeil, probably their best creator, is also out long-term. So while Everton have looked better offensively under Moyes, I don't expect them to get a whole lot going here. And then on the other hand, this defense of Everton is very good. And while Arsenal's attack is getting better, they still lack a whole lot of creativity. I don't expect them to score a whole lot. The play that I really like in this one, first half under a half a goal. I think this ends up being a very tight game. I think we see a 0-0 first half. We've played a couple of these recently, and I feel like we've been a little bit unlucky. The other ones were bigger numbers. This plus 160 is fairly small for a first half 0-0, but I think it's a great play here. And, in the past, Arsenal, they have done rather poorly when they travel to Merseyside. Just 3 wins in their last 26 visits against Everton and Liverpool. So, Everton managed to play to a draw last time. Everton does, I think, have a lot of spirit at this point under Moyes. I expect them to finish out the season strong, and Arsenal, of course, with a big distraction coming up in the midweek. So I want to back Everton here. Just 2 losses in the last 13 games at home, and you can get Everton plus a half a goal at plus 105. That line's been dropping on the 3-way, as you can see on the screen. Arsenal down to a minus 130. They opened up minus 150 or bigger on just about every book, and I expect that a lot of the public's going to come in and kind of like that. That line they see on Arsenal, given where these two teams sit in the table. But I think the sharper bettors are going to come in big here on Everton. I think Everton's got a lot to play for. No, they're not going to end up in the top half of the table, but they've been on a great run in 2025. I think it continues here. I think they come away with at least a draw. So pretty easy click for me there. Everton plus a half a goal at better than even. All that said, keep your eye out. Thanks to everybody that could make the live stream yesterday. We made a little bit of coin. My spreadsheet didn't do so well. We did hit the chalk parlay at 4-1. That was great. Backed some wingers for their assists in that Copa del Rey match. Lamine Yamal brought his in. That was great. Me and Mikey hit some big ones, big live draws in the EPL. That got us well above even. So thanks to everybody that came by.